Hi everyone, it's Margaret here with 60&Me. Well, I am off on a short cruise in a few days. I'm going on an MSC Cruise. It's just a really affordable, just a cruise down from Italy to Montenegro and Croatia. And I am packing. And while I was packing, I was thinking there are some things here that I have, sort of come up with taking over the last few years that I think you might be interested in. I mean, they're not the normal things that you might think to pack. And one of them in particular is so outrageous that if honestly, I don't know why I'm taking it, but anyway, it will make a difference. I know it will. So I'm going to start with a couple of things and then just share with you how I'm simplifying my packing, but things that I'm taking that I really do believe make a difference for me. First thing, I'm wearing cargo pants. I can't really show them to you, but you know, cargo pants have got pockets. This black pants, they've got pockets on either side, and it is just so perfect for traveling. I'm taking 2 pair of cargo pants and 1 pair of nice dress pants, and that's it. Because when you go out on an excursion or you're just going around the ship, you can just put your phone in one pocket, you can put your hand sanitizer in the other. I've got my hand sanitizer in a very nice little thin container. I put that in my pocket along with my purse. And this little purse I put in the other side, and it's just a little purse with a zipper, but it's got in a lipstick, a face mask, and maybe a credit card or some cash. So those are the 2 things that go into my pockets. Yeah, that's it. That's all that I really ever need. A tissue maybe, and maybe my cruise card. But that fits in your pockets, and then you don't have to carry anything. You're completely hands-free. But here's a few other things that I always take. Now, this one you're going to know, and it's not a big surprise if I can find the box. Oh, it's a charger, a universal charger. I don't have it with me because it's being used somewhere else. But a universal charger is really important. But the reason I thought I had put it by my side was I'm taking this with me. And this is a portable blood pressure machine. Now, you know, because if you're following me, you know that I've had a couple of instances with high blood pressure. And yeah, I'm just not going to do a trip of any kind without some kind of security that my blood pressure is okay, because I've got some medicine that I can take if it gets too high. And this is a super practical thing. And maybe you've got other medical issues or concerns that you need to take something with you. But I always take an ankle brace as well, because my ankles are my weakest part on my legs. So that's really important, though. It's a portable blood pressure machine. I take this little, anything that I can take that's going to stand out in a sea of black, because that's all my luggage and all my clothes and stuff are dark colors. But this is just a little one that I put in here. And then here goes my earphones, and also 1 cable for attaching my phone to my charger. And that's the other thing I take always as a charger. But I've talked about that many times. So but it's just, I guess the point I'm making here is something that stands out, like polka dots or flowers, or something that's really, really noticeable. The other thing I do is I keep my medicine in my backpack. This is all my my pills and vitamin pills and that stuff. And again, it's in a package, a little bag that I can see. It's something that I can notice and find easily. So that's another thing. I also take a notepad. Now, this is something that I've really started doing with just all kinds of travel, but just make sure you tuck in a notepad and a pen or a pencil. No good the notebook without a pen, although you can borrow a bit anyway. And I always put that into my backpack. Most of these things, by the way, will be going into my backpack, into my carry-on luggage. The other thing I take with me, and this is kind of an interesting one, I don't know whether anyone else does this, but I have a little book. And in that little book, I won't show you because it's got all my personal details, but it's got those little pockets, they're little plastic pockets that you can put things in. And I've got in here copies of my passport, my COVID certificate, family names and phone numbers, things to like my insurance, travel insurance information, and it all goes in this little book. And I found if I put it in something that's pretty and kind of practical, I won't lose it. I mean, it's not like just sticking a piece of paper in a corner of your suitcase. I've got it in a little book. It doesn't take up any space, and I really find that to be super, super useful. So notepad, notebook. I always take my shawl with me. Now, the reason I mention this particular shawl is it's double-sided. It's got really pretty flowers on one side, and it's reversible to leopard on the other side. So I can wear this pretty much with everything. It's got every color flower under the sun, and then it's got this beautiful, you can wear it with black for the evening. This is so handy. If I had 100 of these, I could have given them to people. 100 people on every cruise asked me, where did you get your shawl? And I got it at a local shop, and it's just one of those things. Anything reversible, I guess, is the message here. Take something that's reversible, because then you can use it, whether it's a scarf or a shawl or whatever, a top, something that's reversible is always great. I always take a little bag with me. This one I got at Paper Chase when I was in the UK, and it's like one of these little shopping bags that folds out from here. I love this pattern, and I'm holding on to this for dear life because the times I've actually almost lost it, it's so easy. But this way you don't have to buy a paper bag somewhere, or a plastic bag. You can just use this when you go shopping on an excursion. It goes over your shoulder. It's this little cute little shopping bag. Okay, now I've got 3 things that are security related and really important. The first one I take is an armband. I ordered this from, I'll try to find the exact company, but you can find them online. They basically got a little panel here that you can engrave your name, address, or name and a contact person, someone to contact, your doctor, a family member, someone if you fall over in the street and someone, oh, is that person? And they've got a number that they can call. So that's really, I always pop that on. It just goes on my wrist, and it's not any extra weight. And in fact, I should probably just wear it all the time because, it doesn't hurt. Another thing I always take, and this is going to seem like a weird one, is I do have a watch that I wear. It's a Timex watch. It's a simple, plain Timex watch, small one. But when I travel, I take this with me. And it's a bigger, I don't know if it's a Timex or not. I think it is a Timex. Yeah, good old Timex. And it's really, really cool. The reason I take this big old watch, and it's quite large. I'll just put it on my wrist so that you can see. I mean, it's really quite big. The reason I take it is because I don't, when I'm traveling, want to be pulling out my phone all the time to check the time, or to make sure I'm not going to miss the train or the bus or whatever. And so having this on my wrist, I don't wear both of them, is actually really, really cool. So that was like $20. It was very affordable. I got it on Amazon, and it's a super, super good thing. If you don't want to be pulling out your phone all the time, I mean, we live on our phones, of course, but if you just are in a private, like on a street somewhere, and you don't want to be pulling over and opening up your bag to get your watch or get your phone out, it's a good idea. This one is kind of cool, and I've talked about these before. They're little wristlets. You put it on your wrist. It's got a zipper, and in here I've got copies again of my passport. Everything's all neatly packaged up so it's not too thick. And when I travel, I just put this. I usually pull it up underneath my top so that it's not visible. But you can just wear it like this, and no one knows what it is. No one cares anyway. They're all doing their own thing. I've long ago given up on worrying. Oh, people, what is she carrying that for? What's the point of that? It doesn't matter. It's super helpful. I also put some money in here, like a couple of, like $20 or something like that, so that I've got something. Should everything else get lost, I've got something in here that can help me get to some help. That's really important. Okay, so now I've got my funny one. Okay, I've got 2 parts to the funny one, but I've only got 1 part with me. You'll see why in a second. Okay, so I always get cold on any cruise or, in fact, any travel. And one thing I always pack in my suitcase is a little mini hot water bottle. And I like to snuggle up with my hot water bottle. I don't know, it's a psychological thing, I'm sure. It's got some deep grounding in my childhood, probably. Who knows? But anyway, I have this little hot water bottle. But the challenge is, the water in the taps is like not very hot. And most of the cruise lines that I use anyway, the affordable ones, don't have a kettle. Now, if you go on like Cunard or one of those beautiful luxury ships, they've probably got little British kettles and tea bags in your room. But I decided to purchase a kettle. Now, how am I going to pack a kettle, you ask? I've got a solution. Look at this. It's so cute. Now, I must admit, it's bigger than my blood pressure box, of course, but it's not that much bigger, and it's actually very light, super light. But you think, Margaret, that's not a kettle. What are you talking about? Oh, yes, it is. Look, it pops out to be a kettle. I know, I'm sorry. I've been dying to show this to you because it's so cute. It's got a plug. It plugs in. You fill it up with water. You tip it out. Yes, you've got to be a little careful. It's lightweight. It's flimsy. You don't want to be like throwing it around. It's a thoughtful thing to take with you. But yeah, and then when you're finished with it, you just Oh, that was a funny noise. In a minute, I just have to crush it back down again. And there it is. I think I can do this. There, look, it's back down. And then you can just pack that. And I'm going to probably put something in it, like my earrings or my jewelry or something, so that it's not a complete waste of space. But I know my travel kettle, and I'll put the link to this. I did get it on Amazon, and no affiliation or anything with the company. I just found it and ordered it. But that's like, I think, 10 things or so that I really always take with me when I travel on a cruise. And I hope that they've given you some inspiration. I mean, you may not want these specific things, but at least broadly, these are the kinds of things I think about when I'm traveling. If you've got any cool ideas, I would love to know. What have I missed? Because I'm leaving in a few days. I'd love to know what should I be taking that I've forgotten. Thanks everybody for listening. I hope that you have a fabulous day. Take good care.